And finally, to our special segment, Resurgent Africa. Amid the coups and the crises, there are many positive stories from Africa that often get overlooked, but not on this show. South Africa is pushing to develop a vaccine for tuberculosis, the world's second deadliest disease after COVID-19 that affects millions of lives every year. The clinical trials for a newly developed M72 vaccine could prove to be a game changer. If researchers succeed, this would be the first vaccine against tuberculosis to be rolled out in almost a century. Our next report will tell you more.
Hundreds of thousands of people die because of tuberculosis each year. Millions suffer because of it. It's the second deadliest infection after COVID-19. The disease is caused by a type of bacteria that most often affects the lungs. It spreads through the air when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or spits. Despite being curable, tuberculosis claimed more than 1 million lives in 2022 alone. Health experts say that's because many don't get the treatment in time, while others don't have access to proper medication. And yet, in a century's time, the world hasn't got a new vaccine to fight tuberculosis. But this can change soon. Trials for a new vaccine are underway in South Africa. It's a collaborative effort by the Gates Medical Research Institute and the Wellcome Trust. They are holding clinical trials of new M72 vaccines. The jab works for people with latent TB. This is when the affected person doesn't show symptoms. It aims to protect older adolescents and adults from pulmonary tuberculosis that affects the lungs. The vaccine that is currently available does not prevent primary infection. It doesn't even prevent reactivation of latent pulmonary infection. The study for the new vaccine involves up to 20,000 patients across 60 sites globally, out of which 32 sites are in South Africa. The first set of the vaccine jabs were administered in Johannesburg in March. This was the third phase of the clinical trials aimed at evaluating the efficacy of the vaccine. Experts found that the vaccine was able to protect 1 out of 2 people from the disease. According to the World Health Organization, a 50% efficacy rate could save 8.5 million lives and prevent 76 million new cases. The results of these trials will be out in 5 years, and rollout is possible as early as 2030. The M72 vaccine could become the first new TB vaccine in almost a century. It could be a game changer in the global health sector, offering a beacon of hope in the battle against tuberculosis.
South Africa's May 29th elections.
It was a start of change in the country.
We are on the verge of history.
I am standing here at the forefront of change where voices echo the call for action. The nation grapples with an unemployment crisis. As South Africans prepare to cast their votes, the question looms, will the winds of change usher in a new era, or will the legacy of the past maintain its grip on the future?